What is going on, guys and girls? It is GhostRobo, and we are here taking a look at the Resident Evil 6 demo from PAX Prime 2012. This is a different demo than what was showcased at E3 back in June, and this one is a whole lot better. I was very, very worried about RE6 after E3. I came away very, very down on the game, very disappointed, and things changed quite a bit after my hands-on last week in Seattle. Now, this demo was broken into 3 chunks, just like the last one: Jake, Chris, and Leon. The Jake and Chris segments were very action-heavy, especially Chris. It was a just guns-blazing segment, and I wanted to get my hands on some good old Resident Evil, scary time, slow-paced, creepy-crawly, dark hallway gameplay, and so I chose Leon, and boy, was I impressed. He controls and plays and feels very much the same as the other characters in the sense of the systems are the same, slightly different interface, but same camera, same reload, same guns, same typical things. But for whatever reason, the style of gameplay in this section was so much better. It felt so much more Resident Evil. It felt so much more unique and engaging. It wasn't just shooter number 6, which is kind of how I felt running around the arena as Jake last time I played the game. This was a completely different demo, so all segments were different. And there were definitely some more horror aspects in the Jake segment that I saw. The Chris section was just a complete gigantic boss battle, but this section here with Leon was very eerie, very atmospheric, and had quite a bit of good, what I would consider, more old Resident Evil style, and I really, really enjoyed it. The dual-wielding guns was pretty darn awesome. Popping heads was even awesomer, and it felt really good. You're collecting these skill points and ammo throughout the entire levels, and I'm not sure exactly what all the systems are going to be with everything, even the interface and the icons in the bottom right. I know one is health and ammo and different things, but it's sort of hard to tell without a tutorial or without an opening of the game what exactly that all means. But what I do know is that this put me back on the Resident Evil hype wagon to a huge degree. You'll notice that we open doors slowly, we creep down big hallways, we wander through abandoned buildings and schools and just all sorts of eeriness. Of course, setting in a school, very good atmosphere. And remember, this game involves 3 separate storylines, so you will be playing as Jake, as Chris, and as Leon throughout your campaign. It is co-op, getting some knife action on, seeing if this guy likes being slashed in the back, and apparently he does, because him and his friend were like, hey, we don't even care if we get scraped with that blade, who cares? And so I'm like, alright, fine, no more knife work, we will pull out the gun and shoot you in the butt. And you go, that's always the way to pop off the head the best, shooting the game is co-op throughout the entire thing. And there are 3 teams of characters, so kind of interesting that technically you could play as 6 different people throughout the Resident Evil 6 campaign, which I find a very interesting take on the game. What has me still a little bit uncertain is how all 3 sections will fit together. I know for sure I'm going to love the Leon section. It's awesome, it's fun, it's got what you want from Resident Evil. I would hope that Jake and Chris are a healthy mix of action and survival horror and not just pure, balls to the wall, guns blazing. What I saw at PAX had me a little bit more optimistic. Like I said, the Jake segment from PAX was much more close quarters combat, much more melee focused, much more, climbing up ladders, hoisting your co-op partner up on a platform and gathering ammo and going through. I started off this demo thinking my ammo was pretty darn unlimited. I'm kind of just going and taking everyone out with guns here as I just see my equipment and I want to see what all I had. Taking out the zombie and taking out some glass along the way. She's stuck in the wall with half a head, and therefore we will say goodbye, make you dead. But I did end up running out of ammo towards the end of the demo, which you should see. I don't know if this is balanced 100% properly, because I almost feel like they gave you more ammo in this demo than you would have in the regular game. But we're entering my favorite part of the demo. I felt like this outside area was so cool, very well lit, very good graphics. I still feel like the camera is a bit too close. Still feels like it's just pulled in at such an awkward angle, or awkward, like it's almost as if they're zoomed like at 70 and they really need to back it out to 60. But this outdoor section was really just a visual treat, and the whole thing, like I said, really now very much excited for RE6 in October. And actually there is a demo that you'll be able to play on both 360 and PS3 that's coming out, I believe, September 18th, and it is this demo. So if you want to get your hands on this same demo, and I got to play at PAX Prime in Seattle, you can do so on September 18th. And at that point, if you guys want, I could cover the other 2 sections of the demo, the Chris and the Jake section, so you could see that a couple weeks before release. We're entering into another building here. There wasn't much puzzle solving on display in both demos, the E3 demo and the PAX Prime demo, for all 3 sections. So 6 sections. I didn't really see any real puzzly type stuff whatsoever. And I know that they've really gone away from that quite a bit. So I think it still is going to be very action heavy. But like I said, this Leon bit is very, very much mansions and abandoned buildings and the RE that you would like. I believe these prompts require you to beat that line to fill it up before the line gets to the end. There's both button ones and shake the stick ones. A little bit quick-timey, but it's kind of cool, as opposed to what are you going to do? You're going to mash the button, you're going to mash the triggers, or you're going to wiggle the sticks. There really is no other way to simulate shaking a zombie off you, so I think it fares fine. A lot of good extra touches in this level. You know, tons of environmental objects, tons of candles, tons of food and blood and body parts and guts and posters and things. We're entering a hallway now, which is sort of a survival stronghold hallway. I really wasn't expecting that we were going to get bombarded and rushed in this super tight space. It gets really hairy, really fast, which you'll see in a quick second after I approach this door, and it's like, oh god, it's locked. And then they're like, here come the zombies in from the windows. I didn't know if I should take them out from the windows. I didn't know if I should take them out when they come in, and then this guy came in and just basically ruined my plan. All of a sudden, we've got 6, 7 zombies in the building. I mean, some floor crawlers, which are really dangerous. You have to make sure you take those guys out, and I totally did not. I was so focused on popping heads on the ones above me. I did not realize we had this armada of crazy crawlers down below, and this lady was just all up in my shoes. She's like, I want to eat your shoes. I want to eat your shoes. Give me your shoes. And I tried to blow her away. I tried to just blast her to pieces, and then this person hit me with a bottle, and it was lights out for Leon. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this look at the Resident Evil 6 demo from PAX. It looks like it's shaping up awesome. I'm back on board, back excited, and cannot wait for the actual release. Thank you very much once again for watching. Drink some hot chocolate. We'll see you all later.